Hello, hello, hello. You made it. Yay. How are you?
We're good.
You good? You ready to get into this? Are you by a computer?
Yes.
You are good because we're gonna get into
Hmm.
this chat GPT and we're gonna get into this Canva tonight and we're gonna get some work done, right? So this training is interactive. So if you have questions, if you want to actually get into these tools and try it out while you have access to me, I highly suggest that you do. I am not going to rush through this, so we may go over a little bit or we may get done early. You never know if you guys don't have any questions or anything like that. But like I mentioned earlier, we are talking about ChatGPT and Canva today. These two tools together are very powerful, and it's 10 times as powerful as it was before with AI, which ChatGPT is AI. But I have been utilizing these tools for 2 years now and have become very familiar with them. Things are changing every single day, and I'm learning new things every single day. And I'm going to be bringing all the things that I learned to you all so that you don't have to go to a million and one places and try to find them and piece all of this stuff together. So I am Shaquana Hughes, and I will be your AI guide for tonight. Ask questions, put these things into practice. We don't have any more time to wait, put off, none of that, right? So I wanted to start off talking about ChatGPT tonight and just give you guys kind of an overview of what it is. Um, and how to make the most of the software, right? So, starting with that, AI is a software tool. It is somewhat like your computer or things that we have been using for many, many years, Google search engine, those types of things. But it has taken on a human like persona, I guess you could say. And so when you're working with ChatGPT, you should talk to ChatGPT as if you were talking to a human. Now, I read something the other day, or maybe even like yesterday, it said, don't tell ChatGPT all your business. So I'm gonna give y'all that caveat. I haven't told ChatGPT all my business, but I think people been on there talk because once it starts to talk to you and it's talking to you like a real person, like she'd be like, "Hey, girl," and like that kind of thing. You might get a little carried away, but don't put all your business in ChatGPT because everybody is watching. They may get access to it at some point, but you can talk to it in layman's terms. It'll understand. That's the magic of it because it acts like if you were talking to a person, and it gives you information after scouring the internet, like as if it was a human person, right? And so here are some tips to make the most. First of all, did y'all set up y'all ChatGPT yesterday or today or whatever?
Yeah, I have two accounts and I think
Okay.
I'm just a little confused. So ChatGPT is synonymous with AI. So I don't need an AI account. I just need a ChatGPT account.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
You went to OpenAI and signed up. That's who owns it. That's who owns ChatGPT.
Got
OpenAI,
it. Yes. So I
right?
have an account. Yes.
Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And so when you're putting your prompts in or telling it the things that you want to get the information back, you want to be very specific and detailed. So when it comes to your business, it is important for you to know what business you're in, what kind of client, well, who you are, first of all, and then what clients you're going to be working with, what are their pain points or what are they going through that would make them want to hire you. You want to know those things so that you can be as specific as possible with ChatGPT so that it can give you the most accurate information. The more vague you are, the more you're wasting your time. The more specific that you can be, the better information that it's going to be able to give you. right? And definitely if it doesn't give you the information that you are looking for, you always want to go in and ask it for what it is that you were looking for. Like, that's not right. Can you update this? This is what I meant. I think you may have misunderstood. And you'll get the information that you want also by asking it to change things and improve things. You're also training it. That's a big thing with AI, ChatGPT, and other tools that you're using. You want to train it for what you want because all of us are different. We have different interests and different things that we're trying to pull from it. And it may get what you want mixed up with maybe something someone else asks, because that's really all it is. It's just regenerating information and making it what it will mean to you. So if you're specific, if you're training it to spit out information that you need, how you need it, it will begin to know, how you like things worded, your tone of voice, so that it doesn't sound robotic and that kind of thing. And so you want to make sure that you're asking for improvements, and also you'll want to use it to save time. That's what I use it for, not necessarily as a cheat code. You can use it as a cheat code, but you still don't want it to overtake who you are as a person. So you want to put as much of your personality, who you are, things that you like and don't like, even in business, so that it can begin to take on your persona, if that makes sense, right? And so the first thing that we're going to do with ChatGPT, and this is a prompt that I created for my community. And I'm not, if you've used it, we're just going to go in here. This is what we're going to start with. Does anyone want to be like the person that I try this on, or I can make up something, but if someone wants some help with something specifically, like if you're still like in the very beginning stages and it has been a little hard for you to kind of figure things out, I can do it on you or your specific interests. No one, no one, no one. Hi, it looks like we have some new. We got Farah just came in, and Christine just came in. So hi, you guys, welcome. Let's see what we got here. Yes, I can hear you. And somebody said, oops. Hold on. Let me go down. Hello. Okay, yeah, saying hi. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with what this is. So I'm gonna share my screen, and hold on now. Over here. And we'll start with this. And I think that this is a good place to start when you are like just starting out and you're not sure. I get a lot of people wanting to know what services they should offer and that kind of stuff. And that's why I created this tool. So for myself, so for anyone who's used this in the past, or if you haven't used it yet, if you haven't used it, I can send you the link to this so that you can use it. But the reason that I created this is because a lot of people are always asking me, like, what services should I offer? Where do I start? And like that kind of thing. So this is the Service Starter Assistant. And what I thought was, how can you take your experience, your job experience, life experience, whatever experience you've had, and package that up and turn it into a virtual assistant service, right? And so I'll use myself for example. and it says I have administrative experience. How do I turn that into a VA career? And so it's going to go in and it should ask me what kind of work and roles have you had? What tasks or skills do you enjoy doing the most? And do you prefer writing, organizing, planning? So how many people have used this tool so far? Or have you used the tool? I'm gonna pop it in. Now you have to have a Chat GPT account to be able to use it. But if you haven't, I need the link. My first time saying it. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Regina used it. Hey. Okay. So there's the link. So it's going to ask me these questions, and I'm going to tell it that I have um 20 years of, and I probably should have had this ready, of administrative experience. And I'm gonna keep it short, but you can get as specific as you want. And 17 years of sales and marketing experience. I'm also a homemaker. I mean, like I could like talk and it'll help me with that. So then what task or skills do you enjoy? I like software, automation, and sales. And then it asks, I like organizing and planning. Right? And so I'm going to give this information. If I was doing this and I had more time, I would be a little bit more specific, like what kind of organizing and planning do I like to do? What kind of software am I familiar with? You know, what kind of workflows or automation have I put together? The more specific you are, like I mentioned, the best data you're going to get out of it. But it's just like a real quick tool for you to just at least if it's not giving out what you want, then you can go in and ask some more. So, oh yes, ma'am. So it is telling me based on what I'm giving it, these are some services that I can offer, right? And so it tells me the services that I can offer, and how you can set that up. And then it goes on even further and gives you an example of some packages that you can offer, right? So the whole point of AI, ChatGPT, any automation, I mean any AI tool that you use is to make your life easier. So instead of you wrecking your brain saying, what kind of services should I offer? What kind of packages should I offer? Those type of things, utilize these resources that are available to you that can help you, organization, and then it prompts you to go to the VA in a day if you haven't already bought that, which I think a lot of you have, which is my virtual assistance course, right? But me, I would ask it to go further. Um, if, uh-oh, what did I just do? Oh, it's asking me, do I want to talk? If I wanted to work with web, I'm gonna say digital marketing agencies, because that is my current clientele and creatives, what kind of services would I offer? Right. So then you don't just want to stop with the information that they give you. You can go even further and be even more specific. And that's why it's important for you to know what kind of clients you're going to work with. That's why it's good to have the VA in a day or a course like that, because I walk you through figuring out who your client is going to be, right? So who you're going to work with. We go through that throughout the course. And so now that you know what kind of client you're working with, once you have this information, you can ask it to elaborate even further, right? Is anyone prepared or ready to work through this on their end tonight? Let me look at the chat. You just did. Okay, okay, okay. Good, good, good. Okay, so let's work on it. Get your computer cracking and let's get in there. Did you put the tool in and everything? And let's see what you come up with. And then we'll take it even further. But yeah, this is where you want to start because it's going to provide you with so much clarity. And the more questions that I ask it, the more information that I ask it to provide, it's just going to provide more and more information, and it's going to build off of that information. So what the AI does is it starts up top with the information that you give it here, this 20 years of a minute. So it's going to remember that, and it's going to incorporate those things as I go on and ask it more questions. So you want to elaborate. Let's see. Okay, what we got here? All right. Okay, so high ticket schools. So it's telling you who your clients is. Does this help? Ooh, I love this. Yeah, this is really good. Yes. So yes, definitely utilize the tools that I provide because I do it with you all in mind. I've been in this industry. Okay, let's talk about it. Don't be lost. Can you come off mute? We can talk through it. This may help someone else. If you're lost, someone else may be lost too. And so that's another thing with like attending these trainings live, because it's like we're coming together as a collective, and you may ask a question that someone else may have, or you may have an issue, or if you can't come off live, just put it in Messenger that we can talk through. So while you're
I'm I'm unmuted.
okay, what you lost about?
Um, okay, so the link that you posted was supposed to lead to Chat GPT, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that I already have an account. It just pretty much pulled up my stuff, like, so is there something specific I'm supposed to be typing into it or
It should, you see how on my screen it says the service starter assistant?
oh, service starters? Okay, yeah. Let me hmm.
So once you guys get into this and you kind of get into it a little bit more advanced, you can create these things also for different things that you may want to provide to your clients to make it easy.
I
It
don't
didn't
see
show up.
I don't
Yeah,
see
no,
that
the
on the
service
side.
starter name didn't show up on my end either. I just thought maybe it was integrated. Nah, girl. I gotta get the thing, but I'll make sure y'all get it so that you can have this information. Maybe the link may be broken to it,
Okay.
and let's see something, y'all. I have to go over to like where I created it at, but I'll make sure you guys get the link for it. And then but yeah, this is where you want to start. Hi, Bernice. We're just talking about Chat GPT and going through the how to use it and everything. So if you missed anything, I will. This is being recorded and I'll send the recording out. I'll have time tomorrow. You guys will probably get the first day and today. So that's where you want to start. That way you'll have clarity. You'll know, around, how much you should charge, what kind of services. But the whole point of me sharing this exercise is to let you know that the more information that you give it, the more detailed you are, the more questions that you ask, the more information that you're going to get. And it's just going to build and build and build off of what you're asking it. And it is going to make your life so much easier. So let me pause the share, get back to my notes. Let me see. Nope, you're fine. You're fine. No worries. We all got lives around here. We are just getting started. Okay. So we talked about so the next tool, once you have your packages and your pricing, that's like half the battle, right? Once you know what you're going to offer, who you're going to offer it to, how you're going to service them and everything. Could offer packages like the right hand woman. Okay, right hand woman. This is amazing. I love it. But yes, so I like it too. I like it too. But yes, so using ChatGPT for that, that is going to get you started, right? You'll have the information, it'll provide you with clarity and that kind of thing. So once you have those kinds of things, then that's when you're going to want to start to build out your offers and build out, things so people can work with you and visually be able to see what it is that you're working with. So, what is Canva? Canva is like the best thing smoking. I have been using Canva for probably about 15 years now. Like when it first came out. And when I tell y'all I done thought I was a graphic designer ever since, you couldn't tell me nothing, baby. I was turning them graphics up and they look bad. But back then, I thought I was really, really doing something. So Canva has been my saving grace for a very long time, but as of late, it has been even more my saving grace because it's ChatGPT is kind of like the words that you need to use. People call it copy. So the words that you need to use, the services that you're going to offer. And then Canva is where you go to make it pretty, look cute, make it visually appealing, and all of that. But now Canva does that in a way that saves you so much time. So a few things that you can do in Canva to save you time is Magic Write, which is basically Chat GPT. But in Canva, you can use their Magic Write feature to create graphics and documents, right? So you can create graphics and documents for yourself. You can create graphics and documents for your clients as well, right? And I'll show you guys how all of this works. So once you have your offers and things like that, we can create your lead magnet in Canva. And kind of going off on a tangent a little bit here. None of this takes a ton of time. Like, you can be up and running depending on how much time you have to spend on these types of things in a week. And you can be selling your services and your offers. I suggest, and I've talked about this in other trainings, you can start talking about your offers now. You can start to sell your services now. You don't have to have, well, you do want to have your packages, your pricing, and things like that. But you can start to mention on social media, I'm going to be working with so and so, offering virtual assistant services. And if you're afraid to do that, that is even all the more reason for you to do it because it has to be done. There's no way around selling. If you're going to be in business, if you're going to provide a service, you have to sell it. And you're going to have to sell it, and it might be uncomfortable sometimes, but the more you do it, the easier it's going to get for you. So you just go ahead, bite the bullet tonight, tomorrow. If you need a couple of days, which I don't suggest it because the longer you wait, the more of a scaredy cat you're going to be. And that's the cutest, nicest way I can say that. But you know, just start to talk about it, right? Start to talk about what it is that you're doing, what you're going to offer. And I can almost guarantee you that is how you get your clients fast, right? And I don't suggest that you allow Canva or ChatGPT or anything like that to stop you from talking about what it is that you're doing, because that's when people are going to start to show interest. There are going to be people in your network right now, whether it be someone you know personally or an extended person, that is going to say, I need your help. It's almost guaranteed, but you have to talk about it. I always say you have to open up your mouth about it for people to be able to know what you're doing and to enlist you, right? But back to Canva. We're going to make everything pretty in here. We're going to create something that's going to attract our clients. So that's what you want to do in Canva. You can use it to create documents. You can use it to create social media if you're going to be using social media to market your business. You can create email headers if you're going to be sending out email campaigns. It helps with presentations. I've built presentations for clients in minutes through here, which I'm going to be honest, I don't know if they took that away because I was trying to create my presentation for this training and it wasn't allowing me to do it. So they may have taken it away, or maybe they changed it because they are changing a lot of things because of AI. Such an exciting time for me. I am such a nerd. I tell everybody I'm just a little ghetto, little hood nerd out here. But this stuff is so exciting to me. And then you can use it if you already have graphics and designs and things like that that you've used, or if you have a client who has a graphic or something like that, you can put it into Canva and ask Canva to update it, change it, make it look more up to date, make it look more visually appeasing. And that way you don't have to try and figure everything out on your own. Like if a client came to you and you're in that, definitely do things that you can do and that you like to do. But if you're in that space, if you're a social media manager or something like that, you don't have to go and recreate the wheel. Oh gosh, I'm having flashbacks and trying to do things that you don't necessarily know how to do or that you're not an expert. Does that make sense? Do you guys have any questions? Because we're going to dig in here in just a minute and I'm going to show y'all how I use Canva to build things. You can create videos now in Canva. So like promotional videos and things like that, you can create in Canva. So I am going to share my screen and we are going to get into Canva. Is any of this new to you guys, or is this all stuff that everyone already knows? Let me know. Mhm. Some of it is not to me. Okay. So I'm gonna start the share again. So we are now in Canva. So it's the software that we discussed about yesterday. Okay. So you know what you're doing. So when you log into Canva, you can have a Canva free account. All you need is to log in with your email, or you can have a Canva Pro account, which is what I use. I think Canva AI is available on free plans, but you have like maybe 500, 800 AI credits or something like that that you can use, but you'll run out and you may use like 10 credits or 100 credits on a certain project. So depending on what you do, like if you create a video, you may use a couple hundred credits. But if you're just creating a graphic or something like that, you can. But then there are a lot of free things that you can create. And so based on what we have in ChatGPT here, oh, hold on. That's not the ChatGPT I was using. Let's see. Okay. So we know who we're working with. We're working with the creatives, we're working with the digital designers and everything. So what I would do next, once I have my services, once I know what I'm offering, how much I'm charging, all of that good stuff, I would immediately go in here and begin to create things that is going to attract my client, right? So, and that's what you can do in Canva. So when you go here, the first thing that I would do is I would want to create a lead magnet of some sort. Is everyone familiar with what a lead magnet is? Or I'll go into it. So what I've heard of Canva just not experienced it. Yes, girl, you better get into Canva. You better get into Canva. So what Canva is, well, no, that's not what I was about to get ready to say. Oh, a lead magnet. What a lead magnet is pretty much what the name says. You are going to attract leads. They are going to, it's like a magnet to the people that you want to work with. But you want to be clear. I get a lot of people that come to me and say, oh, I'm just going to offer services to everybody. I highly do not recommend it. You want to know the people that you want to work with because today, when I first started virtual assisting in 2016, the industry wasn't as large as it was today. You didn't have, it was competition out there, but it wasn't as much. So the more specific you are about the people that you're going to be working with, the more you can talk to that person, right? So I'm working with the digital marketing agencies, and I would like to create like, let me see. I am a virtual assistant who works with digital marketing agencies providing software, automation, and sales support. So I'm giving it as much information as I possibly can and need a lead magnet to attract ATT or attract my clients. Can you help? Quizzes are really big right now. Um, uh, create, design. I'm gonna say design a quiz for my lead magnet. So now it is thinking. So back in the day, you like had to come up with this stuff on your own. But today it does not have to take you that long to do this, right? So boom. So this is the booster agency's productivity. So it's going to give me the information, the designs. It's going to give you multiple designs that you can use. on your quiz. Once you have the design, all you have to do, and then once you have this, I think I like this one the best. You can use the Canva editor, right? So then I'm just going to click here and it's going to take me to the editor. And then I can update this with my um, branding, right? You can go in, you can change the wording if it's not to your liking. You can go back to ChatGPT and say, this is what it's provided for me, or whatever. But then you can offer this to your ideal client as a lead magnet. If I'm a digital marketing agency and I'm looking to work with a virtual assistant, if they have something like this that's going to speak directly to me about the services that I'm going to need from a virtual assistant, then I'm going to be like, yes, girl, you the one. Right. But you can change all of this. My branding is really loud, or not loud, but vibrant, I guess you would say. So I would probably change this, but you can play with it, change it around. You can change these icons if you want to, and just do different things like that. And if I go back here, let's say I was like, oh, I like that one, but I don't like it anymore. I can go back here and pick up another one, or it should be something that, okay, so that lets you have more designs and see, right? Benefits of hiring a virtual assistant. So, you just want to play around with it and things like that. So these two tools together are powerful. So sales support, sales growth. Do you guys have any questions about this? Is this helpful? So it takes so much of the work out of it for you. It's the same thing. So this is a lead magnet. I suggest creating something that's going to attract your clients before creating a website. That's my personal expert opinion. Somebody else may tell you something different, but I use the philosophy to market first. You want to begin to market as soon as possible, even if everything is not perfect, even if everything is not together. I guarantee you guys, businesses are not looking for perfection. They are looking for someone who can do the work and who can articulate that they can do the work, right? You can also, yes. Can you ask Canva to put the design in your brand colors? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you know what those are, you could have given it your brand cover colors when you were doing the description, most certainly. Um, you can also have it design your website. I am a virtual assistant. Now, we're not talking about software this week, but once you have all of these things together, then you're going to need to have something to put it into. If you have the shift, I talk about different, the course, the shift, I talk about different softwares you can use for business management. A virtual assistant who works with marketing. And I don't create full websites anymore. I I'll show you the the brand colors. Agencies offering system and sales support. Can you help me with a one page landing website? It's a website design using my brand colors. I'll go grab some of mine real quick. Okay, okay. And you see how quick that was? That's the whole thing. We not trying to spend. Get it together right here on the thing, girl. Oh, baby, your business gonna be built by the time we off. You gonna be ready to go immediately. Um, and if you don't spell stuff right, don't worry about it. It know what you mean. So let me get my brand colors. Hold on, I'm gonna pause the share. Does anyone have any questions while I'm doing this? Anyone have any questions? Is this easy to follow, y'all? I know I'm goofy and stuff, but I mean well. uh, but I mean well, child. Let me see. Okay, and this is another one of my brand colors, which this gonna be kind of country, but we ain't even gonna worry about that right now. So what I did was I grabbed my brand colors. I have a brand board in Canva, a brand kit, and you can create a brand kit in Canva. I think you can do it on the free one too, but it just has all of my brand colors, pictures and stuff that I use for different marketing materials. So let's see what this does. And these are just the hex codes for my branding colors. Yes, ask these AI tools for as much as you can. If they can't do it, it'll tell you. Okay, girl. Oh, look at this website built. Now I would change this out. But look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at that. And so what you would do is you would just go in and change the wording, change the graphics, change that and all that stuff. Now you can create a website on Canva. You just need a domain for it. So you can publish this website and people can come to it. It's not going to be super, super duper fancy or anything like that. But, people can come to it. You can make this clickable with a link. What the link thing is? It should be clickable. It's usually a little clicker. But yeah, we'll get into details of doing website design in a different day. Boom. You got your lead magnet. You got your website, you know what services you're offering, you know how much you're charging, and all of that stuff. And I got something even better for you guys. So, first of all, y'all give me some feedback on what we have discussed so far tonight. Was this helpful for you guys? Yes, I get all this part, Kevin. Yes, honey. This is good stuff. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Okay. And so a round of applause. Okay, so that was it. Tonight, I just wanted to talk about Canva and ChatGPT because I know a lot of you haven't necessarily started your businesses. So I wanted to be helpful in getting you guys because that's what's holding a lot of people back. It's like I don't know where to start. I can't get started. We get kind of like paralysis, trying to make decisions and decision fatigue. Once you have these things right here, it provides clarity. You have direction. You can go, right? Yes, Kelly, let's get it. Y'all can be up and running in no time. So, I created something for everyone who was here tonight. This is only going to be available to you guys at first. My little mind just be working. I'll be like, how can I help? So, my gift to you tonight, I created a VA pricing calculator. Okay, so another question that I always get is how much, I don't know how much to charge. I don't know, yada, yada, yada. So My thing is the first thing that you want to know is what you want, right? Don't allow the business to dictate you know your lifestyle or what it is that you want. So the goal is always to know what your monthly income goal is. You know, how much do you want to make? Start there. Don't start with how much people gonna pay you. Once you have your services, you see all the stuff that you can offer, you know, all of those things that is valuable. That's valuable to a business. So know that first. So don't start with what's the lowest I can charge for the hour. No, start with how much money do I need to make each month to quit my job, to make this into a side hustle where I can go on vacation, to do whatever, right? And so with the pricing calculator, okay, so you start with how much you want your monthly income to be, 5,000. You can move this up or down, you know, your monthly income or whatever. So let's say you want to make $5,000 a month. You want to service. Now this depends on, you know, your time capacity. You know, if you're still working a full-time job, you may only be able to work with two clients or three clients or whatever, right? So let's say you need to work with three clients and you're going to be working with each client for, let's say, 10 hours a week. So that would be 40 hours a month. So your hourly rate is $46 an hour, right? It starts with what you want, and then you determine what your hourly rate is. And then we even factored in some business expenses. So if you got business expenses, stuff like that, and you can move these things up or down, right? And then it tells you 20 hours. This is how much you would charge for the month. It breaks all of that down for you, right? Again, another thing you don't have to worry about, another thing you're not going to be stressing about, right? And then I like this pricing better. When you're first starting, you may want to start off with hourly. But when I got back into the virtual assistance industry last year, I wasn't charging hourly. I charged packaged pricing. You can package up your hours or you can package up tasks. And let me tell you what's the good thing about packaging tasks is that it may take you 5 minutes to do a task. It may take you an hour. It may not with ChatGPT, not with Canva, it won't. But it may only take you 5 minutes. So if your weekly income goal, because we always gonna start with what we want, is let's say $1,000, right? Your weekly income goal is $1,000, right? And let's say you'll do 100 tasks might be a bit much. Let's see. Because a task can be anything. It can be check an email, send an email, and you might send 10 emails. So that's 10 tasks, right? Um, and then you can ask chat or whomever, how long does it take you to check 100 emails or whatever? And then, you know, it may say however long, and you can put a time on it, whatever, say 15 minutes. And then so it'll say 10 dollars per task, $40 per hour, total weekly hours, 25 hours, 20 tasks. And then you can have these packages. So 20 tasks, $200, 50 tasks, 475, 100 tasks, 900 a month, you know, whatever the case may be. So I mean 900 a task. So you might could do the 100 tasks in a week or 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. I Most businesses think in monthly terms. So I would say 100 tasks a month, you know, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Yeah. So I will put this link in the chat too, for you guys. But I hope that it's helpful. I want you all to know that I appreciate you guys That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Killing them pain points, baby. Killing them pain points. I need to quit, baby. And I say that with it. Yes. So my job is to create as less stress for you guys so that you can get off the ground. Because this is where a lot of people are stuck at. So let me put this link in the chat. But I want you guys to know that I appreciate you and that I'm glad you all are taking it seriously and coming and showing up because I put a lot of time and effort into these things. And when I be on here by myself, I'll be like, oh, we about to box. Okay. We about to box around here. So let me get this to y'all real quick. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that a lot of the things that you guys have been struggling with can be alleviated with these tools and with the information that I have given you and all that good stuff. The only thing that I ask in return is that you guys share your experience that you share in the group or even with people who you know who could utilize the information because this is recorded. I can send it out, at a later date. What the hell did I name this thing? What is this? The VA pricing tool. And that's how you can help me. Hold on, I know where it's at. Where was it? Okay. Here you go. I'm gonna put this link in the chat. And we got 10 minutes to spare, honey. So I'm putting it in there. Y'all click and let me know if you can get on there. No problem, Kelly girl. No problem, Farrell. Yes, this is really good. So we're going to, yes, you can speak to me one-on-one. Let me put my calendar link in here. So we're going to talk about working with your clients and ways to make working with your clients easier using AI. Okay, and I'm putting my calendar link in here. I do have 15-minute chats to talk to people. Um, you can schedule some time, and I'll put this link in here. Another perk of showing up tonight. But yes, you're more than welcome to schedule a call. I have my schedule blocked off just for things like this if someone needs to talk. Um, Let me know if the pricing tool is working for you guys. Is it working? Can you use it? It's working. Okay. Perfect. And so that's my time. If y'all don't need nothing else from me, I'm done for the night. So thank you guys again for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope this information was helpful. I will send out the replay tomorrow for yesterday and today. And then for those of you who will be joining me tomorrow, you're in for another treat. So bye. Bye, you guys.